Alright. I'm going to need those water buckets. I got like 10 buckets. That's pretty useful. And I need cobblestone. There's more cobblestone. There's an infinite amount of cobblestone.
Practically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the shit that we mined is... I don't think I will ever use that much cobblestone. Alright, so what do I need that would make this easy? I've got what? Signs. I need a lot of signs. They opened up my eyes. Alright. Signs. I've got those. Well, I need to fill some more water buckets. I might as well just fill all the buckets that it'll let me and fill my inventory with.
Okay, I need to
I'm still in creative mode. That's the problem. Like, why can't I fill up these buckets? I'm just infinitely taking away a water source block, no matter what I do. Alright. There. I do, however, wish that it wouldn't, use up, or throw buckets on the ground when your inventory's full. I wish it would just go, your inventory's full, and stop throwing buckets on the ground, because if you're filling up lava, that would be a dick move. Okay, well, your lava is full, or your inventory's full of lava. Guess we're going to start throwing these buckets into the lava you're picking up. And then it randomly, or my mouse randomly went, let's that switch one over? So that instead of laying down a very, very thin walkway of cobblestone, you throw down a bucket of water? Thanks, game. That's totally what I wanted. I'm glad you noticed.
Ah, the smell of betrayal.
Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it still worked. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the whole room is going to be 10 by 10, so...
Glad they put this water elevator in. It's not the fastest way to get up and down, but it's certainly effortless.
Yeah. Honestly, due to the fact that this isn't this is something that we are doing which is designed to show off our, competition and skill.
Mm-hmm.
I have totally not been giving a damn about flopping into creative mode to fly somewhere. The only thing I have not been doing is, anything that would use up resources while in creative mode.
Mm-hmm.
Since, the point was limited resources work within our abilities. But yeah, if I need to, fly to somewhere remote and dangerous on my rig, I'm just like, fuck it, YOLO. Actually, you always live again, so... Yalla.
Well, that's because we're not in hardcore mode.
Yeah, well... That's because I want to enjoy the damn game.
Well, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying...
I know, I'm just saying it for anyone who is watching this and curious as to why we might not be in hardcore mode. The reason is because we play the game to have fun, not to try and prove anything.
I would more wonder why anybody would play the game in hardcore mode, because,
it's
you
not
can't even...
fun.
Yeah, I mean... You can't really... You can't enjoy Minecraft for Minecraft if you die for real after the first time.
Yeah. That just is one of the things that there seems no point to me, but it's a video game and to each their own, and everyone should be able to enjoy their games the way they see fit. And the only, if anyone ever tells you that you're wrong enjoying video games the way you do, they're wrong and an idiot, unless it's me, in which case I'm always right.
If you ever disagree, it means that you were wrong.
Yep.
Because we are the buddy bears and we always get along.
We are the buddy bears, we always get along. We do a little dance and then we sing a little song. If you ever disagree, it means that you're wrong. We are the buddy bears, we always get along. That is part of something that will always be playing somewhere in the back of my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that, and any song I hate will always be on eternal repeat somewhere.
Somewhere.
Usually the part of my brain that should be doing something like math.
Okay, this redstone's come together fairly easier than I thought it would.
Hooray!
So that's good. And we are in peaceful, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure I don't need to, like, take measures against the night.
Nah.
That's good. Alright, so now what do I need? The redstone part is done.
Hold on. This chamber should now be like 1, 2, 3. Should be 3 out from there. 1, 2.
So let's see, that'll go to there.
Hold on. What?
What?
Okay. Oh, god damn it. I made the room 1 too small.
Oops.
Unless I just dug that hole 1 too far. 1, 2, nope. Alright. Alright, well, I know exactly how I'm going to handle this.
TNT?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna punch the wall down.
One
Stop.
punch.
So I actually have to admit I'm not upset with the English voice actor for him.
Oh, I haven't even paid attention.
Well, like, alright, Saitama in Japan sounds like a traditional stereotype for a pretty bored guy.
Uh-huh.
So they got a guy who sounds like, an English-speaking stereotype for a guy who sounds pretty bored.
Johnny Young Bosch?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's a voice actor I've heard before. That's all I can...
In what role?
Yeah, that's a good question. I watch a lot of shit. I don't know about anything that I know.
Okay.
But, either way, I was perfectly fine with the voice. It just sounded like a bored guy. I was like, no, it doesn't sound right. I'm like, okay, I'll give you this. It does not sound like his Japanese voice. I won't argue with that at all.
Mm-hmm.
It does not sound like his Japanese voice actor. But it's not in Japanese, it's in English now. You're never going to get a voice actor who sounds like a perfect match, and he needs to sound a specific way, and this is the guy who matches that stereo or that voice type. So it's okay, guys. I know it's not perfect, but just chill and wait to watch a couple episodes before you actually say anything.
Nah.
Yeah, the problem is we're talking, about the hyper advanced weeaboo mode. And I'll admit, I'm a terrible weeaboo. I mean, I just literally spent like $40 on pieces of wood that have names on them. Well, wood and acrylic, because a lot of them are antique, because... Alright, here's one thing that I did learn with my research, which actually is something that I've been getting a little bit annoyed by. Alright, so I bought these things, I posted about them on my personal Facebook, mentioned them, and someone immediately came in and went, "Rarg, cultural appropriation." Like, alright, if you go to Japan at all, you're required to get one to sign documents if you're going for business.
Mm-hmm.
It is not something that is, sacred only to, like, Japanese people. It is the equivalent of a photo identification. I mean, you don't actually, in a lot of cases, even need a photo identification if you have your name seal. So, it's literally just a piece of identification you carry around with you. You need one if you're going to get a bank account, or purchase land, or buy a company, or do a business deal, or get married. So, you get one. And instead of putting some random kanji on there, they'll put your name in either kanji or katakana. They don't care as long as it's got your name on it.
Uh-huh.
It is now, the reason you can buy these in such large lots in Japan is because when people are done with them, they either throw them out or give them to thrift stores. Because there's no cultural significance or importance to it. As I pointed out to the person who said, started blarging at me, there's literally a spiritual ritual for disposing of your old chopsticks properly, where you take it to a Shinto temple, they are blessed, and then they are burned on a sacred fire. When these wear out, from what I have learned, the traditional method for taking care of them is to hit them with a hammer. There is no spiritual significance here. There is no cultural import. The Japanese literally adopted the name seal tradition because they saw the Chinese doing it and went, hey, that's way easier than writing our name all the time. And then they started doing it. And that was even something that, like, the fucking scholars who I was reading talking about the history of name seals straight up said, yeah, they took it over for practical reasons. And not only that, they just straight up stole it from China, so it's one of those, yeah, alright, bitch to me about cultural appropriation. They straight up stole it from China. In all the times that China and Japan took each other over back and forth over, countless years, China never introduced it as something that they were like, you have to do this, and then it just stuck. Nope. Japan saw that and went, that is incredibly useful and practical. Let's do that. And it's like, yeah, you can bitch to me all you want, but I've actually researched this shit. Because, to be perfectly honest, if I thought that it was tacky and cheesy as hell, I probably wouldn't have bought them because, I actually have, a few Japanese friends on Facebook, and the funny thing is, they weren't the ones bitching about it. At all. A couple of them even liked it. They're like, oh, that's cool. Because, as one of them explained to the person who was bitching at me, which was funny, if a white person goes to Japan, you are 99% likely to be taken out to go to, like, a tea ceremony and a garden party and a cherry blossom viewing party, and you are probably going to get bought something like a kimono as a fucking gift, and they are going to give you, like, teacups and your own chopsticks, and they will probably even go and buy you a name seal. And the reason is, the Japanese love it when white people love traditional Japanese things. And the reason they do, and he straight up told, my friend straight up said, was, it's because it proves that they have a superior culture, and that's why they love it when white people obsess with it. And someone like, someone actually tried to call them racist, and it's like, my father's name is fucking Takamura, or something like that. And all of a sudden, their argument, the person who had been, blarging at me, all of a sudden all of their posts and arguing was deleted. Like, yeah, you just fucking went and tried to retcon that reality. But yeah, it's like, there is absolutely, I don't know about China, actually, which is something I'd like to look into. But in China, it started they started using them because, from a practical standpoint, they had to supply so many armies that they had so much paperwork to sign that they, a guy literally could not sign his name the required number of times in a 24-hour day. So, like, well, I've got a okay 10,000 invoices today. Huh. You know what would be handy? A stamp. And that is why China started doing it. I don't know if they stole it from anyone else. They could have.
They could have.
I mean, anyone could have. But, yeah, it's just one of those, no, guys, no, we not. No, I actually researched this. It's not considered rude or offensive. It's just, you know, the way shit is. Why did I put a... thank you, mouse wheel. One of these days I'm going to replace this mouse.
If you want to spend a little money, I could recommend a nice one.
No, I have never had a mouse that cost more than $10.
Huh.
Actually,
Fair enough.
One came free with something, but I can't remember what it was that it came with anymore. Man, all of these... Every time I build one of these chambers, it is slightly off from... Oh, I need to...
I thought you were more OCD than that.
Normally. Alright, let me open this shit up.
That's going to be there.
Oh god, that's going to destroy every single sign straight below it.
Well, that sounds like a mistake waiting to happen.
Yeah, I dropped water directly on top of signs, and I think that will break them. No, it doesn't look like it did.
Well, no, because we use signs to hold water back. Like, you know...
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I couldn't remember if dropping signs or water directly on top of signs would do that or not.
Again, we use signs to hold water back from above.
Yeah, I forgot. We did have an entire playthrough where we were underwater.
Did we?
I just realized that half the time... Well, the one where we tried to create a sunken temple spawner.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I've just realized that at this point, when you actually go to watch my video, you're going to be like, gee, he spends like 90% of that time in creative mode. Because I keep forgetting that I'm in it, but at the same time, I think half this construction would be impossible without it. Because I am, unfortunately, now modifying an existing monster. But...
Took me a minute to realize you didn't mean, like, monster as in mob.
Nah. God damn it.
Because that'd be kind of impressive.
As well. I've created a skeleton creeper. When it explodes, it turns into a group of 25 skeletons. And they're all angry at you.
Well, that was my idea for a mod that would... make it so when creepers explode, they release creeper spores, which turn into more creepers.
Yeah, creepers grow there.
Well, no, I mean, like, when it explodes, it just spawns, you know, a dozen more creepers all around you.
That would be...
within aggression range.
That would just keep going out of control.
Yes, it would.
That would be kind of magical.
Yeah, there would be something magical about that.
Alright, so it's the source block, then it travels 7 blocks, right?
Correct.
So, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Maybe what I'll do with this... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with this.
The worst part is, I think even with all these redesigns, yours is still actually far more complex than mine.
And you haven't even seen what I'm doing right now.
No, I haven't. I just saw what you had done so far a while back. And I still think that your design is more complex than mine by a decent margin.
It's more complex, and yet it's also more simple.
Yeah. That's the problem. Because your design was easier to craft than mine was, too. I mean, it was time-consuming, but it was simpler. Like...
Ah, the simpler times.
So, what I'm literally trying to do at this point is make my design simpler in the hope that makes mobs spawn easier.
Which it probably won't.
It looks like it is, but it also looks like
It isn't.
I have still made this